In continuation of the topic magnetism, now let us learn about what is Earth's magnetism. So the branch of physics which deals with Earth's magnetism is called as terrestrial magnetism or geomagnetism. Now let us do an activity to understand what is Earth's magnetism and certain terms to understand Earth's magnetism. So we know that Earth is spherical in shape and it rotates around its own axis. In which axis does Earth rotate? It rotates around the geographical axis. Now I have taken a board. I have marked a circle on this board and marked the directions east, west, north and south. Now I will place a magnetic compass on the surface of this board at this point. You see, this is a magnetic compass needle. I will bring this magnetic compass needle onto the surface of this board and I have placed it at the center. Now you see the magnetic compass is pointing towards a certain direction. So this magnetic compass, the red color marked pointer here is the north pole of this magnetic compass and the other end is the south pole of the magnetic compass. So you notice that this magnetic compass is not coinciding with the geographical line here. The geographical north and geographical south are different lines and this line is this magnetic compass is making a certain angle with this one. So now I will join these 2 points and draw a line. So this is the line that I have drawn passing through the magnetic compass. So therefore this line is called as what? This is the axial line. So this is called as the magnetic axis, or I will call this as magnetic north pole, and this is the magnetic south pole. Why am I calling this as magnetic north and magnetic south pole? Because when I place the magnetic compass on the board here on the surface of this earth, this is the north. Therefore I marked this as magnetic north pole and this is the magnetic south pole. So the geographical north and geographical south are different. Magnetic north and magnetic south poles are different. As we all know that Earth is a huge magnet. Now I have placed this magnetic compass on the surface of this Earth here. So when Earth acts as a huge magnet, the pointer which is pointing towards this must be attracted by a south pole on the other end. Therefore, if I consider Earth as a magnet, the Earth's south pole must be at this end, then only it will attract this north pole, and the Earth's north pole must be at this end, then only it can attract the south pole of this magnetic compass. Therefore I can write this as the Earth's magnetic north. This as what? Earth's magnetic north, and this end as Earth's magnetic south. So now we have defined here 3 different types of terms here. The blue line that is marked here, this is what? This region is geographic north and this is geographic south. So the green pointer where the magnetic compass ends were joined, that is, this is the magnetic north pole, that is the north pole of this magnet placed on the surface of the earth, and this is the south pole of the magnet placed on the surface of the earth. If you consider earth as a magnet, then this is the south pole of the earth's magnet and this is the north pole of the earth's magnet. Therefore we can call this as earth's magnetic south and this end as earth's magnetic north. Now let us learn some more terms in this Earth's magnetism. So the line that is joining the north and south pole, that is the geographic north and geographical south pole passing through the center is called as the geographical axial line. Geographic axial or geographical axis. Now the line that is passing through the center of the earth through these magnetic poles is called as what? Magnetic axis. Is called magnetic axis. Now for a better understanding, I have taken a ball here and I have pierced a rod showing the geographical poles here. So this is the north pole of this earth. This is the north pole of this earth and this is the south pole. So this is geographic north and this is geographic south. So I have marked it as what? This line that is passing through the center of this ball. You can see it here. Center of this ball is called as what? Geographical axis. And this line that is passing through the center of the earth through the magnetic axis, magnetic poles. So this is magnetic south. So this is magnetic south and this is magnetic north. This is also called as Earth's magnetic north. This is also called as Earth's magnetic north, or this is Earth's magnetic south. You must not get confused with these terms here. See, when I placed a compass on this one, the compass showed north and south direction. Therefore, that is magnetic north and south. When you assumed Earth as a magnet, this must be the southern end, and this must be the northern point. Therefore, we call this as Earth's north, Earth's magnetic north, and this as the Earth's magnetic south. Now, if I join these poles here, so this we called it as what? Geographic north, and this is how much? This is the geographic south. The imaginary line joining the poles on the surface of the earth is called as geographic meridian. So try to understand what is meridian. The line that is joining the poles, the southern pole and the northern pole. Understand? So if we join the other end also, we get another line. So this is a geographical plane. If we consider this as a plane, it is a geographical plane. The line joining these two poles is called as geographic meridian. Now the line joining these magnetic poles, imaginary line joining the magnetic poles on the surface of this earth is called as magnetic meridian. So there is an angle between the geographic meridian and the magnetic meridian. This angle between the geographic meridian and magnetic meridian is called as angle of declination, or we call it as magnetic declination. We denote it by the letter theta, which we will read now. When earth is having two axes, one is what? The geographical axis, and the other is what? Magnetic axis. So we have studied that the line that passes horizontal to this axial line is called as equatorial line. So we have a geographic equator for this earth, that is this is the equator. This equator is based on this geographical axis. Now there is one more equator which is based on this magnetic axis. I will mark it with a different color here, you see. So with this axis I will draw the magnetic equator of earth. So this is the magnetic equator of this earth. This is magnetic equator. This is geographic equator. Geographic equator. So now I hope that you are all clear with what is an axial line and what is a meridian line. So axial line means the line that passes through the center of the earth joining the poles is called as axial line. The line joining the poles of the earth on the circumference of this earth is called as meridian. So if it joins the geographic poles, it is called geographic meridian. If we join the magnetic poles by drawing a line on the surface, we call it as what? Magnetic meridian. Now this is what we have discussed here. So the axis of rotation of earth is called as what? Geographic axis. So earth rotates around its axis. We said that on what axis does earth rotate? It rotates on its geographic axis. The point where the axis of rotation cuts the surface of the earth are called as geographical poles. So this is the geographic pole, this is north pole, and this is the south pole. So it was first Dr. William Gilbert who suggested that earth behaves like a huge magnet, and he also told that the strength of the magnetic field varies from place to place on the surface of the earth, and it is not uniform. It varies in the order of 10 to the power of minus 5 Tesla. So these are some of the things which we have understood. Now to study the earth's magnetic field in detail, we have to know about some elements of earth. So what are called the elements of the earth means, so the magnetism of earth is completely specified in its magnitude and direction by 3 parameters. What are the 3 parameters means, we have to learn about what is magnetic declination, what is magnetic inclination, or we call it as magnetic dip. It is denoted by the letter small delta. We must understand what is horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. If we can understand these 3 parameters in detail, basing on its magnitude and direction, then we can understand what is Earth's magnetic field in detail. Now let us study about what is magnetic declination. What is magnetic declination means, now we have studied that this is the geographical axis and this is the magnetic axis. Now I have drawn here a line on the circumference of this earth. So this line I called it as what? Geographic meridian, and this line that is joining the poles of the earth on the surface of the earth is magnetic meridian. So now this is a plane, this is a geographic plane, and this is a magnetic plane. So the angle between these 2 planes is called as magnetic declination. That means when earth rotates around its own axis, it is tilted. So therefore it rotates in the geographical axis, and the magnetic axis is perpendicular, fixed at this center. So the angle made at this point on the surface is called as what? Angle of declination. So therefore we defined angle of declination as at a place, at a given place on the earth, the angle between the geographic meridian and the magnetic meridian is called as magnetic declination. So the line that we are joining on the surface is called as meridian line. If you are joining the geographical poles, it is geographic meridian. If you are joining the magnetic poles, it is the magnetic meridian. So the line that passes through the center is called as what? Axial line. If it passes through the geographical poles, it is called as what? Geographical axis. And the line that is passing through the center joining the magnetic poles is called as the magnetic axis. So for a better understanding, I have drawn a diagram here. So I have represented the geographic meridian as a rectangular plane here. It is marked as ABCD. This is a geographic plane which I have shown here. And this is the magnetic meridian here. This is the magnetic plane. This is plane of magnetic meridian. The angle made between these 2 is called as angle of declination. In this figure, as I have marked the vertices as ABCD and the vertices of magnetic meridian as A, B dash, C dash, D, the angle between B, A, B dash is represents the angle of declination. So in this figure, ABCD is the geographic meridian, A, B dash, C dash, D represents the magnetic meridian. Now let us learn about the next parameter of Earth's magnetism, magnetic dip or magnetic inclination. Now I am having a picture of Earth's magnetic field here you see. So earlier we have studied that there is a geometric axis for Earth and a magnetic axis for Earth, and the magnetic field lines travel from the north pole of this Earth to the south pole of this Earth. So from this picture it will be clear understanding for you. You see, so this is the geometric north pole. The blue one which I am showing here is the geometric north pole, parallel to this one, blue one. So this green one is this magnetic pole, magnetic north. This is the magnetic north and this is the magnetic south. So if we draw the field lines for this Earth as we have drawn earlier for a bar magnet, you can see the field lines travel from the north to the south pole of this magnetic south magnetic pole. Now you see these field lines, they are not making equal angle with the surface of the Earth. Here you can notice that this field line is making a certain angle with this surface. Here at this pole point you can see all the field lines are perpendicular to this surface. So the angle that these field lines are making with the surface of the Earth is called as magnetic dip. I repeat it, the angle that the magnetic field lines are making with the surface of the Earth is called as angle of dip. So we observe that the angle of dip is not uniform on the entire surface of the Earth. Here the dip angle is what different, here the dip angles is what different, and at the equator they will be different, which we will be studying now. Now therefore, how to measure the dip angle at a place? So the dip angle is defined as the angle made by the direction of Earth's magnetic field, the angle made by the direction of Earth's magnetic field with the horizontal direction of the magnetic meridian. What is that? I will explain it clearly here. You see here, I will draw this geographic meridian here. This is the geographic meridian. Earlier which I showed it as what? A, B, C, D. Now this is the magnetic meridian. I am going to draw it here. This is the magnetic meridian. So A, B dash, C dash, D. So the green one that I have drawn is the magnetic meridian and the orange one that I have drawn is the geographic meridian. Earlier we studied that the angle between the geographic meridian and magnetic meridian is the angle of declination. We denoted it by what? Theta. Now we are reading about what is angle of dip. So what is angle of dip means the angle made by the direction of Earth's magnetic field with the horizontal direction. So what is the horizontal plane? So this is the horizontal. So the top one is called the horizontal. So the angle made by this Earth's magnetic field. So the Earth's magnetic field is passing through this. So this is the direction of Earth's magnetic field. The angle made by the direction of Earth's magnetic field with the horizontal direction of magnetic meridian. So this angle is called as what? Angle of dip or angle of declination. So if I separate this magnetic meridian and write, you see here, for your better understanding, I am separating this magnetic meridian here. So this is the magnetic meridian. Since we are calling this as a plane, I am representing it in the form of a rectangle. So magnetic meridian here it is denoted by A, B dash, C dash, D. And this is the horizontal plane, Earth's magnetic horizontal plane. This is the vertical plane we call it. Now the magnetic field that is passing through the Earth's horizontal. So this angle we are discussing about, this angle is called as angle of dip. So this AP point, I will mark this as what? P. This AP line is the direction of Earth's magnetic field line. AP is the direction of Earth's magnetic field line. BH is the Earth's horizontal component and BV is the Earth's vertical component. Therefore, The definition for magnetic dip is the angle made by the direction of Earth's magnetic field with the horizontal in a magnetic meridian is called as angle of dip or magnetic dip. Now, to have a better understanding of what is magnetic dip, I will do a small activity here you see. Now, I have placed a board and a magnetic compass is placed on the board here, and the magnetic compass is under a mean position. So, in the horizontal direction, the magnetic compass has moved, has oscillated to and fro and has come to rest. That means in the horizontal plane, how much ever the magnet has to move, it has moved now. Now, without any change in the position of this magnetic compass placed here, if I can tilt this magnetic compass into a vertical plane, you see here, when I place it in a vertical plane, the magnetic compass tilts to a direction. The magnetic compass always represents the direction of the magnetic field line. Earlier, the magnetic compass was in this horizontal plane. Now it is in this vertical plane. So this dip in this angle shown by this magnetic compass is called as magnetic dip. Therefore, the angle made by the direction of Earth's magnetic field with the horizontal direction of the magnetic meridian is called as what? Dip. So, there is a device called as dip circle. If we place that device on the surface of the Earth, it shows the angle made by the magnetic compass with the horizontal, with the magnetic horizontal direction is called as what? Dip. Now let us learn about the third parameter of Earth's magnetism, horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. What is horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field means? At a given place on the Earth, the horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field is defined as the component of Earth's magnetic field along the horizontal direction in magnetic meridian. So, what is the meaning of that definition? Let us understand here. So, this is the magnetic meridian here. This is the magnetic meridian. The line that we draw on the surface of the magnetic poles is called a magnetic meridian. So we know that the magnetic field lines travel from north to the south pole here. You can see here. See, near the pole, the angle made by this magnetic field lines is what? Perpendicular. They are perpendicularly moving here. So what is horizontal component at a place? Now what is the horizontal component at this place? This is the pole of the Earth. So this is not the pole of the Earth. It is other region away from the pole of the Earth. What is the horizontal component at the equator of the Earth? So to know the horizontal component, we must know the direction of horizontal component. Since the magnetic field lines are moving from the north pole to the south pole, the direction of Earth's horizontal component is also in this direction. That generally we say that the direction of Earth's horizontal component is from geographic south pole to the geographic north pole. Or you can tell it from magnetic north pole to the magnetic south pole. In this way also we can tell. So this is called the horizontal component of Earth. Now at a given place we want to measure the horizontal component of the Earth. How should we do it? Now you see here at this place the magnetic field line is passing in this direction. So the direction of the magnetic field line is in this direction through the surface. So the tangent drawn at this point represents the horizontal component of this Earth. You see, for better understanding, I will draw this magnetic field line. The direction of the magnetic field line like this. This is the direction of the magnetic field line, and this is the horizontal. The horizontal is the tangent drawn on the surface. This is the Earth's horizontal component. This is the direction of the magnetic field line, and this is the vertical component here. Suppose this is the direction of the magnetic field, then this is the horizontal component and this will be the vertical component. So we measure the magnetic field strength of Earth by what? B. Then the horizontal component is represented as BH, vertical component is represented as BV. Now the angle made by this magnetic field line with the surface is called as what? Delta. That is the angle of dip. Then what will be the horizontal component? BH will be equal to B cos delta, B cos delta, and BV will be equal to what? B sin delta. So now what is the magnitude of this horizontal component? How can we measure the magnitude? You see, when these two vectors are perpendicular to each other, the resultant, we know that the resultant is the square root of sum of the squares. Therefore, if I sum it up, BH square plus BV square, what is that I will get? BH square is nothing but B square cos square delta plus BV square is B square sin square delta. Therefore, if I take this B square common, sin square theta plus cos square theta is what? 1. Therefore, to get the value of B, we must write it as BH square plus BV square. This we have studied in vectors also. Therefore, to measure the horizontal component of this magnetic field at this place, we have a relationship that its magnetic field strength is equal to square root of BH square plus BV square. Now, if I can join this as a right angle triangle, you see, this is the vertical component. If I can shift this one, this value is what? BV, and this value is how much? BH. What is that? I can take opposite side by adjacent, tan relationship. Therefore, I can write tan delta is equal to BV by BH. So, therefore, this is the formula to measure the magnetic field intensity at this point by using the horizontal component and vertical component values at that place. Now, let us discuss about how to measure the dip at different places on the surface of the earth here. Let us see the first case here. So, what is the measurement of dip at a point on the poles, that is the earth's magnetic field? You see, the earth's magnetic field is perpendicular to this horizontal. So earlier we told that what will be the direction of this horizontal component? It will be in the direction of this north of the magnetic pole to the north or south pole. So if you draw a tangent in this direction, this is the horizontal component, and the magnetic field is pointing in this direction. At the poles, the magnetic field is pointing in this direction. Therefore, what is the angle between the magnetic field line and the horizontal? It is 90 degrees. This angle is called as what? Dip angle. So earlier we studied that the angle made by the direction of Earth's magnetic field with the horizontal direction of the magnetic meridian is called as dip. Therefore, at this pole, the dip angle is 90 degrees. So, when the dip angle is 90 degrees, what will be the vertical component at this place? Vertical component we represent it as what? BV. Horizontal component as what? BH. Therefore, I will write it here. We noticed that the magnetic field line is perpendicular to this horizontal line. So, this was the Earth's horizontal component. So, this was the vertical component. And we observed that the angle of dip is how many degrees? 90 degrees. Therefore, now the vertical component is BV is what? Earlier we studied BV as what? B sin delta. So, delta is what? 90 degrees. Sin 90 is what? 1. Therefore, the vertical component in this at poles, vertical component at pole is what? B. What is the horizontal component here? BH is equal to B into cos delta. What is cos 90? Cos 90 is 0. Therefore, the horizontal component at the pole is what? 0. Therefore, we can come to a conclusion that there is no horizontal component at the poles of the earth. Rest of all the places horizontal component exists. Only at the poles the horizontal component does not exist. Now, let us see the next case here. Second case. At a point on the equator, the magnetic field line, how it is? Now let us measure the dip at this point. So this point I have taken it on the equator. Now the direction of horizontal component is from where? North to south. That is the magnetic north to south. So this is the direction of this Earth's horizontal component. Now you see, if a magnetic field line is drawn passing through the surface of this Earth, then the angle made by the magnetic field line with the Earth's horizontal is how much? 0. Since these two are what? Parallel to each other, here the dip angle is 0 degrees. So when the dip angle is 0 degrees at the equator, a point on the equator, then what will be the vertical component here? The vertical component BV is equal to again B sine delta. Sine 0 is 0, therefore the vertical component is 0 at a point on the equator. BH is equal to B into cos delta. So delta being 0, cos 0 is what? 1. Therefore the horizontal component is what? B at this place. So at a point on the equator, the vertical component does not exist. Only horizontal component exists. At a point on the poles, horizontal component does not exist, only vertical component exists.